Welcome to Discovery at Home, where we take discovery we're learning and do it at home. Today we have a very interesting experiment in store for you guys. But before we get started, if this is your first time, make sure you like and subscribe and check out our other educational content. But also remember, safety first, so always have a parent around when you're doing these types of experiments. Today we will be making aluminum boats. So for this experiment, you'll need 3 sheets of aluminum foil the same size, tiny objects for weights. Today I'm using coins, but you can use marbles or tiny buttons, a piece of paper, and then you'll need a bucket full of water so your boat can float in, and then just your paper to guide you through this experiment. So I'm going to sketch out how I want my boats to look like. There's that. And then we'll make some steps there. Again, this doesn't have to be all fancy, yep. But that's how I want mine to look like. Let's see if we can make this one closer. Let's try no flag this time. It's gonna look like a bowl, but it's a boat, okay? So now that we've sketched out our boats, our design right here, you might want to fill in your tub or bucket full of water, and you want just enough water, like in the ocean, for your boat to be able to float in. As you can see, this is the amount of water I put in this tub. And if you want to be a true scientist, you want to know the science behind this experiment. Well, we'll get to that, so let's go on and start building our boats. So if you have this handout, then you are able to write the number of pennies you think you'd need, basically a prediction. So I am gonna do that, and I recommend you guys do that too, just to see. So I think this one might need more, so maybe I wanna say about 4 pennies. Okay, this one maybe 3. Let's give this one, I think of making this one a bit tiny, so maybe 3 as well. I wanna say 3 to 5, 4 to 5 right here in this one, so I'll stick with that. Now that we built our boats, let's talk science. So, when an object is placed into the water, like a boat perhaps, the water pushes to the side, and that is called displacement. So then the water has 2 types of forces in it, and one of them is gravity and the other one is buoyancy. So, gravity is the force that pulls the object down, and buoyancy is the force pushing the object up. Okay, now let's try using our boats. So I have the big canoe one. There we go, as you can see it's floating, so that's good. Now I'm gonna try adding the amount of coins I predicted. So I said 4 to 5, let's try 4. How many did I put? That was 4, as you can see it's still floating, great. Okay, I'll put this one to the side right here, and let's try our other one. So this is our sort of canoe special flag type. Oh my god, it floats! And I said I predicted 3 pennies. Why don't we go ahead and do that? 1. Oh, that did not make it in there. Oops. Okay, that's fine. Oh my god. Slippery hands. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, we'll try it. Okay, so this one's kind of tilting. So I would have probably added more coins. We'll see how it looks if I add more coins, but it seems like if I put some on the same side, it weighs to that side. So then, as you can see, it's floating, and no, it's sinking. Our boat is gone. R.I.P. Don't worry, we have another one. Now I predicted 3 pennies on this one, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. My hopes for this one. Maybe not. Maybe the pennies will be a little too hard, but oh, okay. Or just coins too, but 2, 3. That might be too heavy. We'll see. Okay. Doing pretty good. Okay. So I also predicted 3 pennies for this, so that's good. Not too heavy. It is a little heavy for it, but oh, it's gonna start sinking. Okay, so now let's keep adding coins and let's see who the winner is, you know? And this is the fun part because you made your predictions, but now we get to test your boats. So as you can see, boat number 3 has gone through it. So I might keep adding pennies to this one. Oh, one more. We were so close to having it not sink. Okay. So I think the bigger one might be the best out of all of these, so let's go ahead. Okay, I think that's 5 pennies or coins in there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And they're still standing. 13 coins in there and it's still doing pretty good. Sadly, boat number 1 and 2 did not make it. So, there you go. So now, in our handy handout right here, we are gonna write the number of pennies or coins that we used in each. So I know for boat number 3, the one that survived, which is the winner, we used 13 coins. That is a lot. And so boat number 2, I believe we used about, I think we used about 5. So, and then boat number 1, my prediction was 3 pennies and 3 pennies ended up sinking it, so. Okay, so we still are working on the handout that we have. And so the handout has a few questions. And so the one I will be answering would be, what was the most successful shape and does the shape of the boat affect how much weight it can hold? So obviously our most successful shape, I would say like a sort of oval, because I mean, pretty big oval, and it was able to handle 13 coins. So I guess for bigger boats, maybe a giant oval would work. So I'm gonna just write that down. The big oval shape boat. And does the shape of the boat affect how much weight it holds? I think so, yes, because you know ovals are wide, and our boat was pretty big and wide. So I guess that's probably why it was able to handle the coins. Also because I did not have as much aluminum foil left as the other ones because I made those tiny. But yes. And so how did the placement of the weight affect the boat's ability to float? Well, like I mentioned earlier, it seemed like when I was placing the coins on, I believe, boat number 2, it was leaning on one side and then not leaning on one side. And once I moved it, it sank. So maybe we should watch out with where we put our coins, because then one side of our boat will sink and the other one will stay up. Or if we just slightly moved it, like I did, if we slightly move it, then the whole boat will obviously sink, like boat number 2. That was great. As we conclude today's episode, let's summarize the key takeaways of this experiment. So we learned that objects in water have 2 types of forces. One is gravity and one is buoyancy. So if there's more buoyancy than gravity, the boat will sink. But if there's less buoyancy and more gravity, then the boat will float. So that's all we have for today. So make sure to check out more fun experiments on our website at discoveryworld.org. And make sure to tune into the next episode because we have plenty more experiments and fun stuff to show you. I'm Leslie Garcia, and I'll see you later.